Ladies and gentlemen, this interview is brought to you by Burn It Up Coaching and the 21-Day Challenge. So if you're an entrepreneur or a high achiever and you just feel vaguely dissatisfied, something's not working quite as well as you'd like it to, you hit a plateau, you're stuck, you're just not fulfilled in achieving your goals, then the 21-Day Challenge might be a perfect fit to re-energize you, to reignite your passion, to reignite your self-belief in what you're creating and inspire you on a whole new level. And that will happen by you taking action and achieving your goal in 21 days. So over the course of those 21 days, we'll figure out what is your top goal, why is it most important to you, and how are you going to achieve it. Break those down into bite-sized steps, and on a daily basis have the accountability through texting or calling that you need to be supported, and weekly calls, weekly deep dive calls to uncover the subconscious limiting beliefs, the programming, past stories, things that don't serve you, so that you can be freed up to accelerate and achieve your goals. And over the course of those 21 days, you will transform into a brand new human being and reignite yourself. So if you're interested in the 21-Day Challenge, send me a message, get in contact with me, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. It's very intense, so it's not right for everyone, okay? So that's the 21-Day Challenge. And then this interview is also brought to you by our iTunes review of the week. And that is left by Yogi Boo, who said, "Genuine and transformational. Chris has a gift for asking the right questions and a style that motivates and makes me feel great. He is living into his work and sharing it in a meaningful way that will inspire you to take big leaps. I highly recommend it." So thank you so much, Yogi Boo. And if you want to be featured on the iTunes review of the week, leave us a review on iTunes or search for Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self on iTunes and you'll find us, or go to beyourgps.com/iTunes and that'll happen. Or you can leave us a review on Facebook as well on our page, on our fan page at Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self. So thank you in advance for doing that. We appreciate you. We appreciate the value and the feedback that you're willing to give back to us, for putting all these amazing speakers together for you, like Miss Asha Mankowska, who's about to come on right now. And she is an internationally renowned business executive and high-performance coach, consultant, trainer, branding expert, best-selling author, and motivational speaker. She is invited multiple times by prestigious universities to be their keynote speaker at conferences for top leaders, CEOs, executives, and business owners in the USA. She's a frequent keynote speaker at Harvard University. Recognized by Forbes Magazine as one of the top business and career coaches in America, she accepted the honor to be a member of Forbes Magazine Coaches Council, and her articles are featured in Forbes Magazine on a regular basis. And she is incredible, and I met her at personal development, live events, and her energy is off the chains. So, Asha, are you ready to rock this?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love hearing that answer. Awesome. You are now live on Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self. Thank you so much for coming on today. We're going to have a lot of fun, definitely, and we're going to dive right into the theme of the day, which is 0 to 60 real fast. And I wanted to create this because I know there's a lot of people who feel stuck, who feel overwhelmed, and they want to get somewhere quickly. So I want to hear from you, what does it take to get somewhere quickly? How has that worked for you? How has this principle worked out for you in your life?
First of all, Chris, thank you so much for having me here with you, with your awesome audience. I love your energy. I love your that you are a leader. You're inspiring your audience. You're working so hard for this. Come on, people. A marathon that he's doing right now since 8, 9 in the morning?
Yep.
Right? 12 hours. It's incredible. I mean, this is the dedication that you want in your leader, in your mentor, in your coach, in people that you look up to. So thank you so much, Chris, for making me part of your family here. Yes. And I'm really feeling honored to be here with you and share this day, the Wednesday, with you and your audience. Thank you. And the truth is, I'm sure you're coming across this question so many times. What is the fast track, right? Give me simple steps that will elevate me and take me, to rock and roll the world. Right. Well, the newsflash, right? They don't exist. But we're overwhelmed by coaches, by noise out there that's trying to convince us that everything is simple, easy, 7 easy steps to 7 figures, right? Of course, make money in your sleep. You just go to sleep and next day you wake up, 7 figures on your account. Fantastic. You know what? All of this can happen, but only when prior to this going to sleep part, you will put a lot of effort, strategy, have an amazing team, have great mentors like Chris in your life or Asha, right?
Yep.
Have real professionals that will help you and get you there, faster. Yes, we can find you a fast track, but doesn't mean it's going to be easy, effortless completely. You have to always meet the universe halfway.
That's gold.
Yes, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to really attract the amazing people, your clients, your mentors, people that can open doors for you, but move your butt and get to work as well. So you can do it and fulfill the 50%, take action, meaningful action, do a strategy, make a strategy, have a blueprint, what you're following, laser focus, and that's what will get you the easy steps.
Wow.
Fast track.
Oh my gosh, I love it. What a perfect answer. Nobody's gone there today. They're like, oh, it's important to go fast or whatever, right? Like they all shared their own answers. So I love that you said.
It's funny because a lot of people think they want to go fast. That's actually not true. I'll contrary that, because a lot of people that come to me and they already experts, leaders, and they own a role, they're like, Asha, I'm not sure if I want to go fast, right? That fast, because I want it to be meaningful, more than fast, right? There's no one cookie cutter. They can be something that sparks, like I hear you mentioning 21-day challenge, which is fantastic because that can spark the energy,
right?
Give you some fantastic step and maybe create the momentum for you, right? But you know what I mean? A lot of people want to dive in deeper after that, right?
Yep.
They have to. Let's say when people think, I want to create a great business model, great brand, well, fantastic. But you have to first dive in who you are. What's your identity? Who is your ideal client? Where are they? What do they need? What are they fears and pains? How do you provide for them real tangible results, right? Can't get that just fast.
Right.
Because it's not going to be authentic. It won't be real. And I'm sorry, it won't make you money.
I love it. Just like, I love how straightforward you are, Asha. It's freaking perfect. It's perfect. This is such a great start to the interview. So we love your perspective on that. And I mentioned in your intro a little bit about what you do, but why don't you share with our audience who you are and what you're all about and what people get when they work with you?
Sure. Very quickly about that, because I know you can always check me out on LinkedIn under Asha Mankowska or Facebook, Asha Mankowska, your favorite business coach. Even if you look up always your favorite business coach, that's going to be me.
That's awesome.
In a whole world, right?
Yep.
Like I always say, there are so many top, amazing, the best coaches. I don't have to be one of those as long as I'm your favorite.
I love it. That's powerful branding right there.
Right? Exactly. So I can help you accelerate your business to the top. Yeah. Now, you know what? I actually started as an attorney. So an attorney, 11 years, hated it. Back in Poland and in Europe is a little bit different. In US, as you know, law system is also completely different. So, but it was a nice experience for the 11 years. But thank God I have always also a master's in journalism and PR. So that I feel kept me sane. You know, I've been published back home in so many other languages, translated all my articles. So it's basically part of me. You know, writing is part of me. So when I basically switched my careers from an attorney, and I met so many recovering attorneys, trust me, people that want to make a difference, want to impact the world in a big way. In the same time, they thought like myself that going into law school, going into law, it's going to just revolutionize, you know, like people, I work with doctors that thought that the medicine will revolutionize their patient's life, they will help, and over a sudden then meet the system, right? And like, oh, okay. Let me change something. And those are the people that I love because they have fire behind them and they want to inspire others. So that's how it started for me. I'm like, okay, I want to do something more. I felt restricted and limited as an attorney, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, what am I good at? Where is my passion? What will make me happy, fulfilled, but also will make me triple or quadruple profit that I'm making now, right? That's important. Because I'm sorry, but you cannot inspire others. You cannot make an impact if you cannot even support yourself. You know, there are so many people sharing great, brilliant ways to make money, to build business. But first question that I always ask, are they the role models, right? Can you follow their steps in that? If yes, absolutely. You are in a safe hands. Right. If not, then it's okay. But maybe, you know, they're still learning, right? But it's just different game, right. Completely. Anyway, so when I switched, that was 8 years ago. Thank God. It was fantastic. I hired. Can you hear me? Or because
I can hear you, but you're there now. You're back.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, I just saw myself frozen, so I'm like. Internet, right?
Yeah.
We love technology. We can't live without it, but it's always a surprise for us. Anyway, yes. So where were we?
8 years ago.
8 years ago. So you know what? I'm a very strong person, and I was always a leader and everything. So I think the hardest thing for me was ask for help. It was really big challenge for me because it was like, no, I got this. You know what I mean? I'm in transition. I got this. I will just transition from being an attorney to something new, to new business. Well, I own businesses since I was 19 years old, you know? So what is the big deal? Right. Well, it was a big deal. Because we are too close to our own world, to our own business, to our own passion. We can't see clearly our skills, talents, and everything else. Right. So I was very blessed, and I had to push myself completely out of my comfort zone. Well, first out of comfort zone was moving from country to country, right? But second was really demanding on me, which is asking for help. Trusting someone, hiring a right business coach, and saying, you know what, I want to do something completely different. Those are my goals. How do I get there? Right? And that was it, you know, and I went through all the stages of resistance and procrastination and so on. Maybe I'm not ready now, you know, all the slowing me down, what we all go through. So when I see sometimes my clients, I'm smiling to myself because I'm like, hey, I see you in me. I know exactly what you're doing right now. Yes. It's not going to help you. Postponing, it's not going to do anything, give you any benefits. You guys going to be just even more miserable.
Yeah.
Then 2 months ago, 3 months ago, or something like that. I know, because I wanted to do it myself.
Right.
Anyway, and thank God, over these 8 years, I was really lucky to attract, hire great mentors that made it possible for me. They heard me out, and they helped me get there where I wanted to go in a fairly quick time. So, having that help is crucial. I'm sure you are sharing this with your audience, Chris, all the time, and you are a huge help for your audience, and giving them the support, mentoring they need, and so on. And they appreciate that, because we need this motivation every single day. And it's not only motivation, but really clarity.
Yeah.
What I found, people really need clarity and how to get there, what to do, what am I all about, right? And especially for people that I'm working with, they are ready to scale their business, right? Not only startups or people that just changing their career like myself 8 years ago, but mostly people that are in successful business for maybe 20 plus years, and they're ready to the next step. Maybe that's scaling, that's growing, whatever it is, right? And it's so hard, because I've noticed there is so much help out there for startups. Right? It's, so much available. But then when you are at a certain level, now you have to figure it out by yourself. And it takes completely different skill set to become from or transition from just a business, not just, but business owner to CEO of a company, to a leader, right? That has to deal with a team. I remember when 5 years ago, when I attracted my team, I was hiring here and there people that can implement, branding, marketing, sales, and all the tools that we will using with my clients to scale their companies. But only 5 years ago, when I actually attracted my team, that was a huge eye-opening for me. That, oh my God, it really takes a different process, a different structure, to get where we want, because there are other people on the picture, right? And their families, and they have their own goals. So it wasn't Asha anymore with her clients. It was like a big family. So it was an amazing growth for me. So
it's like you started putting other people's well-being in the picture as well, and like, wow, it's not just, hey, I got to provide a good living for me, but this whole family, this whole team, making sure we're all winning, everyone's priorities and things are getting met, and everyone's being fulfilled and happy. Because if the employees aren't happy, if your team's not happy, then they're not going to produce good results. They're going to mess up. The clients aren't going to be satisfied, and ultimately the business won't be able to grow as much as it could.
Absolutely, of course. This is crucial, because we have to create win-win situation, right? For, of course, ourselves, because if I'm not being taken care of, I cannot take care of my clients, but also our teams and our clients as well, right? So everyone is equal in that equation. It has to be like holistic well-being, so to speak, right?
Yes.
In this way. And anyway, you mentioned a few of my achievements. I have a pleasure to speak on stages in prestigious universities like Harvard. This year it's going to be Yale as well. Then I'm a multiple best-selling author, awards, recent one in Hollywood for a thought leader, and women of influence, and so on. Forbes, of course. There are so many. When you love what you do, when you think big, when you know how to position yourself, so many doors become open. I always tell my clients, don't follow the money, follow your vision, follow your passion, and yes, it will become a triple, quadruple paycheck for you. Yeah,
absolutely. And I love that, because when you're following that passion, that is going to lead you to put in the long hours. That's going to lead you to do whatever it takes to say, hey, I could be relaxing, I could be resting right now, but I'm so fired up. My value of building, of creating, of serving these people is more than my value of being comfortable, of being, enjoying the TV, enjoying relaxing, enjoying hanging out with friends. My mission is more important, and it drives me and pulls me. So I love that. Is that something, or was that a factor in having you open up these doors? Like, what was it that had people say yes to you? What was it that had you in your work and what you're all about get in front of the right people so that you could get these opportunities and get access to them? How did you do that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I understood very early on that branding and my positioning and my branding, it has to be very authentic, has to be really connected with who I am, with my values, what I'm all about, with my true strength and skills, correct? And only then people can resonate with me. So it was really organic when people resonated, because people can sense when you are authentic, when you're passionate about something, and they really looking for you. Like, of course, we all own a business, right? So in the end of the sales funnel, so to speak, of course, we do want to inspire and motivate and empower our clients. In the end, also, there is what people don't like to talk about is the marketing and sell, right? And closing the client. But the key is that when you close a client, right? When you close opportunity, it's, I don't want you to think about, okay, done, and let's move on to the next one. No, it's really opening the door. It's starting the relationship with your client, because now you will actually deliver on your big, bold promise that you made in your brand. And that's how your authenticity, your care, your skills, your strength, your impact will come true, right? So how I always say, I measure my success not by my own achievements, but by my client success. And I think that's what it always should be, a foundation of every coach, a consultant, intention. I remember 2 years ago when I founded my Highly Paid Experts Academy. I know we will talk about this, but just to mention this in this context, I waited 1 year after everyone, finished, and just to see exactly all their results. Where are they, right? So that's how I can, with a proud mama, say, here you go. You know what I mean? My experts did this, or that's what they achieved. It's not going to be based on hopes or wishes or false promises or anything like that. Has to be based on the exact results that your clients are creating. With, of course, our support and our supervision or our inspiration, right? Every day. It's a hard work, but it's worth it. When you see your clients blossoming, making 6-7 figures, this is exactly what you want. That speaks volumes.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. Yes. Yeah. It's like when you see the numbers up on the board, the score, when you see the score, that's like one of the most fulfilling things that you can do. And also I've found it valuable, and I teach this to my clients when they're just getting started out, like, look back at the past. Look back at what you've already succeeded at. Look back at your past triumphs, your past victories, to fuel yourself to get to that next big win. What is that result, that success you want to create for your clients? What is that result that you want to create as a part of your brand? You know what you're saying, Asha, that what does your brand stand for? That big, bold promise that you make every time someone thinks about your brand. Like, you stand for that promise. You stand for that vision of the world of how you want things to be, because your business, your brand is there facilitating that.
Right. Right. It's so true. And I don't believe in taglines, or your brand is really your identity. Your brand will follow you everywhere. Your brand precedes your reputation. You think about brand and reputation as the same family. And whatever you build, signature products, programs, packages, has to be really in alignment with your brand, what you're representing, right? Think about Apple. And don't think, oh my God, I'm charging too much or I'm not charging enough. It's not about it. You will have some sort of programs that will be like entry level for your clients, but also programs and packages that will be for the more advanced clients, correct? Think about Apple. What do they stand for? Integrity, right? A higher class, more impact, ease, of course, right? And people are buying their products. They are triple or quadruple more expensive than what's the other one? PCs, right?
PC, right? Yeah.
And do people hesitate?
No.
No. Just let's think about this. You will pay for a computer $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000, whatever it's called, because what? You see the value.
Right.
So your brand is basically communicating your value. And you help people understand. Our job is to educate people about our value, the benefits that they will be getting, the results they can expect. And that's the way how we attract the right people, the right clientele. But we have to be crystal clear. Who are they? What do they need? What are their challenges are? And how, be honest with ourselves, how can we help them achieve that? Right? You have to have a process for your clients. You have to have a structure for your clients that will show tangible results and will provide proven track record for you. It's not only, think about this, it's not only for this client, but it's also for the next clients that watching you, learning from that, grasping the content, because that's what they can resonate with. Not really your awards and your great achievements. They can be amazing, and well, so what? Right? Because in the end of the day, people like, okay, great, well, good for him, right? Good for him. Fantastic. But how is that going to help me change
what's in it for me?
My life.
Yeah.
So that's your brand. That's when you communicate this.
Wow, that's powerful. I love how we're focusing on the brand as like what people are feeling, what they're left with, how they benefit from the brand, what your brand stands for, how it impacts them so that they're more fulfilled, they're more, they find that value, they're able to be more resourceful in solving their problems, solving their challenges. So in terms of having a brand attract to you the perfect clients, so that we're not chasing clients, but rather that they're coming to us. What else do we need to know about that? I know that we talked about crystal clarity on who we are and what those problems are that we solve. Tell us more about how we attract those clients.
Wonderful question. So I feel that this is one of the biggest challenges what my clients are coming to me with, or not only to me, to you or everywhere else. Because when I was speaking recently with a new client, and she said, I wasn't ready to scale yet and grow or something like that, because what everyone else is saying is how to just increase my volume or intake of new leads, right? And that's not all about it. That's not about just accepting more and more and more and more and more clients. What we are talking about, and it's also depend on your business, okay? So I don't believe in one cookie cutter solution for everyone. That's why I always, before even starting to work with someone, we schedule something what I call it discovery session or a strategy session that takes a few hours, that we have a deep dive into your business, almost like you can imagine like a business plan that we're going over, right? But there are some tools that can apply to your business, and you can use it right away for your brand and to attract your ideal clients when you already know who they are. Correct?
Yep.
So, for instance, technology is our friend right now.
Yep.
I mean, look what are you doing?
Right.
Podcast. You're marrying Facebook with Zoom, with iTunes, right?
Yep.
You're leveraging at the same time so many platforms that we connect with our audience. We're being watched, followed, but also if someone couldn't make it right now, they will make it later on, correct? So that will be available to them. What are we producing right now? Content. It's a free content, a valuable content that people can listen over and over and over and over again, correct? They can have access. So we make this content available to them on demand. That's one way of attracting your clients to your brand. So we're using this vehicle, right? Podcast, a video, iTunes. Now, when I was promoting this morning, I leverage all the platforms as well, right? I posted our pictures and post on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, just to marry all that and drive the traffic to the key, which is a podcast, your offer, whatever content you would like to present. So one way to attract people to you is to really leverage that, exactly what we just did right now. Leverage all platforms that are available to us to share a valuable, good content that people can implement right now. What does it do? First of all, as you know, having podcasts, interviewing other clients, experts, first of all, it's positioning you as an expert, right? People coming to Chris, people coming to Asha, reading and listening, all this great content as experts, right? So they coming here for knowledge. That's right away. Let's say if they contact you, you are coming across as knowledgeable person, genuine, they know you. If they connected with you, they already know a lot about you. They did their due diligence. They researched you, what you're doing, how you're doing, what are your offers. And basically, by the time they get to the point they connect with you, they're ready to work with you, correct?
Yes.
That's what we want, not the other way around. It's not about really chasing clients, cold calling, sending messages, and so on. It's really when you share so much great content, education, right? And don't be afraid to give your best content, best achievement, best content that you're really charging your clients thousands and thousands of dollars. Show the support, show the your energy, show your, how motivate that you want to give them the motivation, show the results that you can provide for them. Give examples. People are really attracted to examples because, sometimes people say, oh, but let's say my clients, they introduce their company. This is my company. That's what all about. And those are my values. Fantastic. So content is one thing. Second thing is, how do you introduce this content? Examples. Tell a story in your content. Instead of saying, oh, let's say my medical practice does this, and we really take great care of our patients, or my business or empowerment coaching really change lives of our clients. Tell a story, give an example. I'm sure you already have a phenomenal client that you love, that's your ideal client, that you went through heaven and hell, so to speak, together, right?
Yep.
And you took them on a journey with you through the process that you provide for other clients as well, and you arrived to certain results. So education, content, first of all, leveraging all the platforms to share it, free platforms, so free content, be generous with that, give the top advice and share the top knowledge, don't be afraid. And also share branding story, right? Which means that's how we call it, branding story, but it's all about, of course, your story. What did you go through, right? Be vulnerable, really be honest and authentic with people. Let's say when I share about me being an attorney, I never say, that was a great, amazing time of my life. I don't regret that. It's all great and positive. No, I was frustrated, underpaid. I hated every day of my life. I gained so much weight. No, people really don't want to hear that, because what we can relate to, it's the pain that we're going through, the frustration that we're going through. You know what I mean? But yes, I am right now in totally different world. It didn't take me overnight. Okay, it took me a few years, but just to let you know, when I switched, a lot of people called me crazy, told me that, no, you cannot do it. You cannot make it happen. You are a foreigner, you're a girl, you're blonde, it's just, you want to be coach? Who will pay you? This is something like a therapy that you're doing, you're not qualified. So there was so much of lovely advice that I was given just to discourage me from my crazy way of being an entrepreneur, and taking me back to safe, nice way of my job, solid job, and solid place in my life, put me in my corner. And you know what? I'm like, okay, thank you for sharing, because I knew that's their fears, that their limitations, and it was not me on a picture. So just to let you know, it's possible. In my first 6 months, I was so stubborn that I made 6 figures right away. And then in my next 3 months, I made 6 figures, and so on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to prove it to you.
Yeah.
It's going, and I didn't have a team yet, right? I didn't have, like we talked about, education. It's one of my parts that I do. Second is my team that implements everything for my client. I didn't have them by then.
Wow. What was it that caused that success in the first year, like 18 months or so? How did you grow so quickly?
You know what? Strategy. First of all, I had always great mentors, but I never started from scratch. I understood I am leveraging my knowledge and my experience from the past 10 plus years. I knew I already owned businesses. I sold businesses. I grew them. Even as an attorney, what I helped them, my attorneys with, was how to create your brand, how to represent yourself, what type of packages create, not to have to exchange the time for money. You know what people do.
Yeah.
Because if you have a client and help them, then you get paid.
Right.
If not, you don't.
Right. Right.
Right? Or even you have a client, you still don't get paid. So, you know, basically the moment when I knew I was so crystal clear what I want to do, when I came back and I say to my attorneys, okay, guys, this is what I'm going to be doing right now, marketing, sales, and branding. And they said, okay, you know, call yourself whatever you want, just stay with us. So the first day I had 11 clients.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean? So that was continuing. And second thing, what is super crystal important, crucial, it's not about getting more and more and more and more clients. You can have 10 clients and make 6 figures. Retention is the key.
Yeah.
Clients' loyalty is the key. Clients staying with you for years. If you give the best service, you really genuinely care for them, they will stay with you. They'll be part of your community, family, and keep buying your products.
Right.
But you have to be creative enough to see what they need and provide that.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah. 100%.
That was it.
100%. Yeah, I love that. You mentioned a couple really great things in there. One is giving examples about results that you perform for other people, not having to say that yourself, but here's the story. You know, use that story of someone else. That's super, super powerful. And I love how you said client retention and making sure that we deliver those results. You know, one of the things that I found super valuable in my client retention is seeding, like planting seeds of how it will continue to be as the client grows with us. And so that's like super powerful as a leader, as an executive, as a business owner, is being able to paint a vision. A lot of people get a client, and then as soon as they get the client, it's like, okay, the work's done. Let's just, you know, kind of mosey on through. It's like, no, it's like you have to keep winning them. Just like when you find a romantic partner, treat it like you're still dating them. Just treat it like you're still winning them every single day to make sure that they stay with you. Because if you get lazy, if you stop being the person who you were when you first started the relationship, they're going to leave you. Same thing in business. If you stop being the person who, you know, called every day or sent resources every other day and whatever you had to do to get that client to sign up, keep being that person, keep being that persistent person, keep, you know, sending gifts, thinking of them, doing the little things that show them that you're going above and beyond and they're always on your mind and that they matter to you. Because I think in today's economy, today's marketplace, there's so many offers. All people want to really know is that you have their back, that they freaking matter to you, that you're going to stick with them and you're going to do them right, and you care about what it is that they really want and what's important to them, and you help them achieve that.
Absolutely. You know, and you know, you point out a few very important parts. It's like a relationship, like a romantic relationship. Do the things that you know that your clients makes you happy, from big ones to delivering the results for them, to be for them every day, right? To do little things, you know, celebrate their wins or so on, even their little. You know, that doesn't matter, but it's a win.
Yes.
And what I love the most is when you get that going, it's on autopilot. It's not only because, remember, like I tell my clients, especially in my academy, you know, we are a community. We are here for each other. We are a partnership in it. So it's like, I want them to know I'm also a human being. Right? I need their support too, right? I need to do this, and they're more than happy to really give it to me. You know, it's so that's it. I mean, if you have a quality ideal clients, they are happy to rave about you, to share amazing testimonials about you, to go above and beyond for you, to give you referrals, you know what I mean, to speak highly of you. And that's so important, because what is it? It's your legacy that you're creating right there. It's the holy grail, you know, of retention of your clientele, and you building your family, your community one by one. And besides that, of course, you cut on marketing costs.
Absolutely. And, you know, I love how you said one by one, because in my mind, when I first started my entrepreneurial journey, I said, let's impact as many people as possible, millions and millions and millions of people. And I'm like, okay, how are we going to do that? You know, and I kept setting myself up for disappointment when I wasn't reaching millions of people. And I said, you know what? Why don't we just focus on changing one person's life? Who's the next person's life that I'm going to change? Who's the next person that I'm going to follow through with? I'm going to stick with them, you know, for weeks and months. If they're like a no right now, if they're hesitant, you know, I'm going to have their back, and I'm going to show them that they can have a different result, a different life. And I'm going to show them through that one person at a time mentality. Every single person that I interact with is special, is unique, is the most important person in the world when I am talking to them. So it's like, to make people feel like that will have them stick around too, and will have them refer other people to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a no-brainer, we might think, right?
Right.
Because it's like, how do you eat an elephant, right? One piece at a time.
Yep.
And I found a way to, when I created my highly paid experts academy, I found a way how I can impact millions of people, billions of people around the world. We all want that. There's nothing to be ashamed, and it's doable. But you know how? I'll tell you how. So, yes, we all do love academies. We all do love groups and communities. Now, what we cannot lose is the high touch and the high connection with our one-on-one client, correct? So that's what people don't want to do. They're like, okay, I really don't want to lose the value that I was providing in one-on-one, and now in a group environment, right? Now, what I knew I want to do is to attract to my academy leaders, experts in their industries, because I knew people like that, first of all, they either already have their communities that they will be impacting, or they are about to create a mass movement as well. Think about this, Chris, working with them in this exclusive environment when they're among of top professionals, equal or even better than them, right? So it's even fantastic, higher motivation to better yourself every day. That's the way to do it, because you don't lose this touch. You work with top entrepreneurs from around the world. My first enrollment to Academy, people came from Australia, New Zealand, Europe, England, United States, of course, from many states. And it grew so organically. So each of these persons that I had a pleasure to work with, not only they still will be in a community of the next upcoming people to the academy, but also they sharing their results, their knowledge, their success with their communities.
Beautiful. Impact.
And my condition, I really wanted one thing. I had so many applications, but I did not want to accept everyone, because my condition was, are you ready to impact the world? Are you ready to contribute to other people's life and to your community of our academy? So we all feel supported. That was the key to success.
Wow, that's beautiful. Asha, this is gold. Oh my gosh. So time is flying by and we're beginning to wrap up. So what are the final takeaways and how can people stay connected with you? What do we want them to do next on their journey with you?
Thank you. So first of all, thank you so much for your time, your valuable time, and sharing this with me and with your audience. Please connect with me on Facebook and LinkedIn under Asha Mankowska, and reach out to me. Everyone that will tell me you're calling from Chris or you were listening his podcast, I'm happy to offer you 15 minutes free, completely free chat with me to dive in what's going on with you, where you at, what are the challenges, how can we help you and rock and roll your business.
Yes.
How can we, grow and scale everything, your vision for your business, right? Or your new career, perhaps, because that's what you're embarking on. And if you're there, I would love to schedule a discovery session with you to see if we can have you with one of my top leaders in Highly Paid Experts Academy. So that's the first step. Call. It's and email, call, connect with me, follow me on social media.
Awesome. They'll be able to get your show notes and all the links and information when the podcast episode comes out. And everyone, definitely stay connected with Asha. She is amazing, crushing it and doing huge things in the world, helping experts and authorities be built and make a bigger impact. And Asha, thank you so much for being on here today. You are a superstar and your light is shining brilliantly. Thank you so much, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Chris. You are phenomenal for everything what you're doing for your audience and your clients. You guys are so lucky to have you.
Thank you, Asha. I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Ciao.
Take care.